seize the Iraqi dinar, the investment of a lifetime or one of the biggest scams in modern history. For over a decade, this single currency has created a massive debate, pulling in hopeful investors from all over the world. You've probably seen the headlines or heard the whispers online, buy the Iraqi dinar now and become a millionaire overnight. But on the other side, you have financial experts screaming, it's a trap. So, what's the real story? Today, we're cutting through all the noise, the hype, and the misinformation to give you the straight facts. We'll break down why this whole phenomenon started, how the scams actually work, and what the economic reality on the ground in Iraq tells us. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's real and what's not, so you can make a smart decision for yourself. So, how did the Iraqi dinar become this global sensation? It all started after the Iraq War. The country was in turmoil, and its currency, the dinar, had a very low value. Speculators and online promoters saw an opportunity. They started spreading a simple but powerful idea. Once Iraq rebuilt its economy and stabilized, its currency would revalue, or RV, returning to its much higher pre-war value. This narrative exploded online. Suddenly, forums, chat rooms, and social media were buzzing with incredible claims. People were saying the dinar would revalue to over $3 overnight. They claimed millions of people would become instant millionaires, and that world governments were secretly planning a global currency reset, with the dinar at its center. This created a frenzy of excitement and hope, but it also opened the floodgates for scams and people looking to profit from that hope. Let's pull back the curtain and look at how these dinar scams actually operate, because they are very clever. The most common one is the get-rich-overnight scam. Promoters will tell you that the dinar is about to skyrocket in value, and you have to buy it right now before the big revaluation happens. They'll often hint that they have inside information and know the exact date. To make money, they sell you the dinar at a hugely inflated price, much higher than the official exchange rate, or they'll tack on massive processing fees and shipping charges. They're not selling you an investment. They're selling you a lottery ticket at a premium. Then you have the fake insider scam. This is where certain individuals position themselves as gurus with secret connections. They'll claim to have contacts inside the Iraqi government, the US Treasury, or even international banks. They release daily or weekly intel updates and breaking news, often filled with vague jargon and coded language, to create a sense of urgency and importance. They'll talk about secret meetings, hidden documents, and private instructions from central banks. Of course, none of it is verifiable. The goal is to keep you hooked, to keep you believing the revaluation is just around the corner, and maybe even convince you to buy more dinar before it's too late. Another common tactic is creating fake timelines and deadlines. Scammers know that pressure leads to emotional decisions, not logical ones. So, you'll see alerts like, the RV is confirmed for this Friday. Or this is your absolute last chance to invest before the banks close for the reset. Or a major announcement is coming in the next 48 hours. These deadlines come and go, and when nothing happens, there's always a new excuse: a delay, a last-minute political issue, anything to keep the story going and keep you on the hook. It's a classic high-pressure sales tactic designed to make you act without thinking. Finally, there's the danger of unregistered currency dealers. Many of the websites and sellers pushing the dinar operate in a gray area. They aren't licensed, they aren't registered, and they don't provide official documentation. This means you have no guarantee that the banknotes you're buying are even authentic. In the worst-case scenario, you could end up with counterfeit currency that is completely worthless. Now that we understand the scams, let's talk about the reality. What do actual economics tell us about the Iraqi dinar first? And this is the most important point. Iraq has a fixed exchange rate. The dinar is not a free-floating currency like the US dollar or the euro, which fluctuates based on market demand. The value of the dinar is set and controlled by the Central Bank of Iraq, or CBI. The CBI manages its value to keep the economy stable. This means the currency simply cannot skyrocket overnight in a massive revaluation. Any changes to the exchange rate would be a deliberate, calculated decision by the government. And those changes are almost always small and gradual. Think about it this way. Has any central bank in history ever announced a sudden 1000x revaluation of its currency? The answer is no. Currency reevaluations do happen, but they are typically very small, maybe a few percent at a time. A country suddenly making its currency 1,000 times more valuable would instantly destroy its own economy. All of its exports would become unaffordable, its industries would collapse, and it would trigger hyperinflation. It's economic suicide. The idea of a massive overnight RV is pure fantasy. It has no basis in real-world monetary policy. Another key fact is that the Iraqi dinar is primarily used only inside Iraq. If you go to a bank in the United States, Japan, or Germany and try to exchange dinar, most will not accept it. This means its liquidity is extremely low on the global stage. There is very little international demand for the dinar outside of the speculative market we're discussing. For a currency to have a high value, it needs to be widely used and accepted for international trade and investment. The dinar just isn't there yet. This is normal for the currency of a developing nation, but it completely undermines the argument that it's about to explode in value on the world market. Furthermore, while Iraq has immense potential, thanks to its massive oil reserves, the country faces significant challenges. We're talking about ongoing political instability, deep-rooted corruption, infrastructure that still needs rebuilding after decades of conflict, and an economy that is heavily dependent on oil revenue. Anytime the price of oil drops, Iraq's government budget takes a huge hit. These are serious long-term problems that can't be fixed overnight. A strong, stable currency is the result of a strong, stable, and diversified economy. Iraq is working towards that, but it's a long road ahead. These economic realities prevent any sudden, massive appreciation of the dinar. So, let's answer the big question: is the Iraqi dinar a scam? No, the currency itself is not a scam. The dinar is the legitimate, legal currency of Iraq, a sovereign nation with a real central bank and an economy. It's used by millions of Iraqis every single day for their daily transactions. The scam isn't the currency. The scam is in how it's being promoted to foreign investors. The false promises of instant wealth, the fake insider information, and the completely unrealistic expectations, that is the scam. 2. The danger is not in owning the dinar itself, but in believing the fantastical stories that are being woven around it. So, with all that said, is it possible for the Iraqi dinar to increase in value realistically? Yes, a gradual appreciation over a long period of time is definitely possible. If Iraq can successfully improve its political stability, attract more foreign investment, diversify its economy away from oil, make serious progress in fighting corruption, and modernize its banking system, then the dinar could strengthen. We are talking about a slow, steady process that would happen over many years, or even decades. We're not talking about a jump from its current rate of around 1,300 dinar per US dollar to $1 per dinar. That's just not going to happen. But could we see small improvements, maybe 5 or 10% changes over a period of several years? Yes, that's within the realm of possibility if the country continues on a positive path. So, how can you protect yourself from these scams? It's pretty simple if you use logic instead of emotion. First, if you decide to buy dinar, only buy from authorized, registered currency dealers. Avoid sellers on social media or random websites you've never heard of. Second, ignore anyone, and I mean anyone, who promises a specific date for a revaluation. No legitimate source would ever know that, and if they claim to, they'd be lying. Third, stay away from those insider intel chat rooms and private groups. They are echo chambers built on speculation and hope, not facts. Always check the official website of the Central Bank of Iraq for announcements. You'll notice they never hint at any sudden, massive revaluation. And most importantly, never invest more money than you are willing to lose. The dinar is a highly speculative, high-risk asset. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it always is. You might be wondering, with all this evidence, why do so many people still believe in the big RV myth? The reason is simple: hope. People are looking for financial freedom. They want a way out of debt or a chance at a better life. And this story offers a tantalizing shortcut. They get drawn into optimistic online communities where their beliefs are constantly reinforced. They begin to trust influencers who are very good at selling hope and a dream. They might misunderstand how economics and currency markets actually work, and they start to mix up rumors with reality. Hope is a powerful human emotion. But when it comes to your money, it must be grounded in facts and logic. So what's a balanced way to view the dinar? You can think of it in two ways. One is as a collectible or a long-term high-risk speculation. Some people buy foreign currencies like they buy lottery tickets. They spend a small amount of money they can afford to lose on the tiny off chance that something might happen in 20 or 30 years. That's perfectly fine, as long as you understand the extreme risk and the low probability of success. The other view, which is dangerous, is seeing the dinar as a serious financial investment or a retirement plan. Pouring your life savings into dinar based on promises of an overnight revaluation is incredibly risky and unrealistic. Investors have to separate the hope of getting rich from the hard facts of economics. Let's wrap this up with a final verdict. Will the Iraqi dinar make you a millionaire overnight? All credible evidence says no. A sudden massive revaluation is not supported by any real financial policy or economic precedent. Are the dinar intel gurus spreading reliable information? No. Their claims are almost always based on speculation and misinformation, not on reality. Could the dinar's value increase slowly over time? Yes. If Iraq's economy and political situation improve, a gradual appreciation is possible. Is it okay to buy a small amount as a speculation? Sure, as long as you fully understand the risks and are prepared to lose that money. The bottom line is this: the Iraqi dinar is a real currency, but the promises of instant riches surrounding it are a fantasy. The truth is simple: a healthy currency is the result of a healthy economy. There are no shortcuts. Investors need to stay informed, avoid the hype, and focus on real economic data, not online rumors. By understanding the difference between the scam and the reality, you can protect your money and make smarter, safer financial decisions. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content that cuts through the noise.